Hi there, this is Ranjit from tech2buzz.com, and in this video we're going to do the full review for this mid-range Android phone by Sony known as the Xperia L. I've already done the unboxing for this phone, so if you want to know what comes inside this box, you can check out that video. And the MRP price quoted on the box is around 20,000, but you can get this phone for around 16,500 or so. And I want to thank Faisal Communications for providing this unit for review. The specs on this phone are something like this. It sports a 4.3-inch screen. It's not a 720p HD screen, but the resolution is 854 by 480 pixels. That comes to a PPI of 228. And I would say that the screen quality that Sony has put is pretty decent. It's fairly sharp and the quality is really good. Also, the screen is legible at extreme angles. So for the screen and for the price, I don't have any issues with the phone. Also, this phone comes out of the box with Android 4.1, that is Jelly Bean. If you go to about the phone, as you can see, it's 4.1.2. That's Android Jelly Bean. We do get auto brightness sensor with this phone, and in terms of storage, we have 8 GB of internal storage, and we can also add a micro SD card. For testing, I just added a 8 GB micro SD card. But out of that 8 GB, you just get around 4 GB of space. And if you look at the storage, let me show you the same now. And the storage is divided into two parts actually. The first part is called device memory, and second is the internal storage that you get is about 4 GB. And as you can see, the available storage that I have right now is just 329 MB because I've installed some heavy games and apps. So you need to be careful regarding that. Internal storage is just around 4 odd GB. And you also can add a micro SD card up to 32 GB. One thing I did find annoying is that this phone does specify that it is PlayStation certified, but I tried to connect it with the PS3 controller, and also I tried a USB OTG cable, but it did not work. And before I proceed further, let me give you a quick physical overview. First, on the top we'll find this 3.5mm headphone jack. On this end we have the small volume rocker. This is the new iconic power on off button that we are seeing in the new Xperia phones. We even have a dedicated camera shutter button, and on the bottom actually nothing. The microphone is over here, and on this end we have the micro USB slot that will be used for charging, and we have an indent to open the back cover. The back is actually made up of soft plastic. The whole thing comes out, and it's a little bit tricky to pull it back. You pull it out like this. You can see my unboxing video in which I did that. The rear facing camera is an 8 megapixel shooter with LED flash. I've already made a dedicated video regarding the camera performance, so you can check out that for more info. But I would say camera is not one of the strengths of this phone. The camera performance is very average and the pictures are not very sharp. The camera can even do HD video recording up to 720p. We have the Xperia logo, and this phone is NFC capable, and as you can see the NFC logo over here. On the bottom we have the opening here for the speaker phone. The front facing camera is just a VGA camera, and I tried Skype calls with it and I was able to make the same. Coming to the voice call quality, the voice call quality was very good. I have no problems with that. The battery on this Xperia L is just a 1700 milliampere battery, and with kind of average usage it could last me one working day without any issues. But if you are a kind of a heavy user, you might have to charge it twice a day. Coming to the free memory, as you can see, no apps are running right now. So let's run this Android system info, and as you can see, the free RAM that we have is about 260 MB. And I would say the phone was extremely responsive during my time of testing. As you can see, the phone is very responsive, and I hardly faced issues of lag on this phone. It's not the stock Android experience, but this is the new Sony UI that we are seeing in many of the other Sony phones also, like the Xperia Z, ZL, and it's very close to the stock Android experience. We do have some quick toggles, but the issue is that we cannot customize the same. And also, as I said, the display is pretty good, and we do get the auto brightness setting on this one. One thing is that though the auto brightness works fine indoors, outdoors I found that in direct sunlight the screen was not that legible. So that's one of a little con I have. Now I'm connected to the Wi-Fi network, so let's just fire up the Chrome web browser and let's do some web browsing. And let's go to our website first, that's tech2buzz.com. This is the keyboard, as you can see. Let's go to tech2buzz.com. And again, as you can see, it loads the websites actually fairly quickly, I would say. And this is the pinch to zoom gesture. The pinch to zoom gesture is also pretty smooth, but it's not the smoothest I've seen. Sometimes there is a small amount of lag that you can see. For example, let's just try to open up one of these stories. We have a YouTube video that's embedded on this web page. Let's change the orientation. That was quick. And let's try to play back this video. As you can see, sometimes the scrolling is not that smooth. And let me maximize the volume.
620, and in this video I'm going to show you the offline navigation possible on this Nokia Lumia using the Nokia Maps. It's been rebranded now to Your Maps as of now, and I have downloaded the map.
So as you can see, it could play back that YouTube video without any issues. Let's also try one more website. For example, let's just go to news.com. It's a fairly heavy website, and we're going to the desktop version, not the mobile version. Again, as you can see, it renders the web pages fairly quickly, I would say, and the pinch to zoom gesture, as I said, is fairly responsive. It's not the smoothest as we have seen in other phones, but again, as I said, you can't complain. Sometimes it is a little bit sticky, I would say, but nothing. Overall, I would say in terms of web browsing, the experience is pretty good. Now coming to the media playback also, and here also I had some very decent experience. First, let me show you YouTube videos. We have the built-in YouTube app, and we are just going to play back some of my own videos from my channel. That's Geeky Ranjit. Let's just go there. And let's just watch the Xperia L unboxing video itself. And it's going to load the video, and as you can see, it loads it in HD quality, not HD. And the speakerphone performance is also pretty decent. One thing is that you need to be careful that you do not cover the speaker because it's here, but it's adequately loud. So let me get out of this one. I also tested it with some video playback, and to test that I downloaded this MX player, and let me show you the same. And I have some videos. For example, this is a 720p video of Transformers trailer, and let me show you the same. Again, I like the quality of screen that Sony has put in. See the black levels, they are pretty good. And I would say that it plays this video without any issues. There's no skipping of frames. It is very smooth to watch. There is no skipping of frames in this, and it will be a joy to watch videos. As you can see, it plays the 720p video clips without any issues. So let me get out of this one now. And it could actually also play 1080p videos. I was surprised by this one, but it's not the smoothest, I would say. It tends to skip a few frames. As you can see, it's not very smooth. So for the smoothest video playback, I would say restrict it up to 720p. But yes, it can also play back 1080p video if you want. So let me get out of this one. Another thing that you might have noticed is that the navigation buttons are part of the display, like in many of the new phones that we are seeing. This is the back button, this is the home, and this is the multitasking tray. Also ran some benchmarks and did some gaming on this phone, and as you can see, we have the Modern Combat 4, and even Asphalt 7 could run fine on this game. I have actually made a dedicated video regarding the benchmarking and gaming, so you can check out this video if you are interested in that. But overall, I would have to say that I was pretty impressed with the gaming capabilities of this phone. Coming to the camera, here this Xperia L loses a bit, I would say. Though it has an 8 megapixel camera, the pictures that it takes are not very sharp. I would say even outdoors, the pictures were not very sharp, and they were kind of soft. Actually, I have made a dedicated video regarding the camera performance, and where you can see the sample shots that I've taken with that. So you can check out that video for more info. But overall, I would say the camera on this Xperia L is nothing great. I expected a lot more with the 8 megapixel camera. Now let me also show you the multi-touch points. It has 4 multi-touch points, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It tracks up to 4 fingers. Also, Sony didn't skimp on sensors, and for example, the Compass app works fine. As you can see, it's tracking us fine, so that's also nice. And this is the multitasking tray, and you can just swipe away the applications to kill them. The keyboard, again, as I showed you, it's standard. It's nothing special. This is the keyboard. We do get predictive text, for example. As you can see, we do get this predictive text, and also it works in this landscape orientation. So what do I feel about the Xperia L? Overall, I would say I'm really impressed with this handset, and if you compare it with other handsets, I would say that this is a very good mid-range Android phone. When this phone was launched, it was selling for around 18,500 or so, but now you can get it for just 16,500 or so, and I feel for that price, it offers a lot of things. For example, it has even NFC support, and it comes out of the box with Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. Another good thing is that, and I was really impressed that it could play very high-end games like Asphalt 7 and Modern Combat 4. I didn't expect that, but it could run that, so it's good for gamers also. Little bit of a con is that the storage, internal storage is limited, but again, that's the same case with all the mid-range Android phones. So I would say that considering the price to performance ratio, this is a very good mid-range Android phone. Now coming to some of the downsides, I would say the camera, which is 8 megapixel shooter, is not that great. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it could have been a lot better for an 8 megapixel shooter. Again, I would say Xperia L is among one of the best mid-range Android phones as of now in India. I hope you found this video review helpful. If you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like or thumbs up button. That's it for now. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.